Yeah, that's another thing too. I'm not so sure that like I care so much about like, whoa, he just had so much pressure, and then how dare Kid Rock have like something to say that would just add to Ric Flair's pressure? It's like about Kid Rock. Look who he was making. Like, what's the pressure there? Oh my god! Like, what? You wouldn't be able to find a skinnier date, uh, larger date? I don't know. It just seemed off. It's like, oh, it's like an excuse for how much pressure he was under for doing this whole thing that he chose to do, and then it's like, oh, here's a little like excuse, but a little like under the carpet Hollywood name drop schmam schmooze excuse, like it's kind of like, I don't know. Doesn't sit well with me. The whole match didn't really sit well with me, and I love like all those dudes, which is really weird because I used to hate Jarrett too, but now I think Jarrett's like fucking one of the wickedest. Who's gotten around and like been involved in more things lately, and than Jarrett, like all the GCW stuff to go to SummerSlam and then hit this the next night and be like so integral into like, yeah, Jarrett's he's definitely earned his. If anybody has anything to say or like anything really, if you think about it, like who can say shit to Jeff Jarrett? It's like it comes down to it. Double J, DDP, like between those two, and like probably I'd say maybe Dustin, like Dustin, Double J, and DDP, like they were there for everything. Like they could account for like the reality of wrestling for almost fucking. Oh, this sounds crazy. We have to get that. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to Jared talk very much, so I don't know how much he's got his own podcast. I know now. I didn't know that before, but I think anybody who like is in a arm's reach of Cheeseburger of Conrad might have a podcast, or just if you're in the wrestling industry. And I can't even talk because well, I can talk because I got a podcast, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I just I really enjoy listening. I just lost my train of thought. It just sailed. My train of thought sailed. Choo choo. Yeah, no, just I end up really appreciating Jarrett and DDP, of course, because they're just like woven into all of it, and like so much so that they didn't like stop because they like got somewhere, had a great accomplishment or achievement, or like did what they wanted to do. They just kept going and going and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and going and being there and going and doing it and being there and going and doing it and being there, and like it says something, man. Like look what shape they're friggin' in. Like they put Flair to shame. Yeah. I mean Sting, fucking Arn, fucking what? How old is? There's a lot. I was like, is Mae Young still alive? I don't know. Yeah, only in our hearts, folks. I gotta hand it to you, or her. Gotta hand it to her. Oh baby. Yeah. So, Flair's last match, not as good as I thought it was gonna be. Slower, more uncomfortable, choppier. Like, thank God for Jeff Jarrett. Wow, I've never said that before. Especially in those fucking older TNA matches where it's just like, it just felt like, it's like, why is he in everything that I used to like? And then he like creeps up on it and then tries to get it. It's like, I know what people were saying about how he used to make everything his or tried to buy a cut. Like, I know how you could say that, but like, fuck that shit. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. If you want something bad enough, you want to be a part of it, that's what you do. If you can do it, if you could have done it, you would have did it too. If you could have did it, you would have did it too. So, tip of the cap to you, those of you who have done that too, and those of you who need to do what you need to do. Peace out, foo. What do we got coming up? We got Raw tonight. I think I'm probably gonna do Raw and Dynamite, and then pay-per-views. SmackDown. Or I could do Raw and SmackDown, like on a Tuesday. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing. But yeah, last match with Flair. 6. Oh, the machine guns were. One thing I do kind of like is that almost everything ended on a clean pin. Maybe everything did. I'm not sure. Wasn't Celine Dion supposed to like drop out of a disco ball or something too? I thought I read that somewhere. Peace.